welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I'm just gonna be reacting to Volk training with Aljamain Sterling. I saw a little clip of them sparring, and I'm gonna try to watch, I guess, Volk's full video. I'm not gonna watch the entirety of it, but I'm gonna try to watch the juicy parts of it. And I'm probably not gonna be saying too much, but I'm gonna be saying a lot. But I'm gonna try to, yeah, to zero in on the good stuff in this vlog of Aljo and Volk training, but mostly Volk training. But I'm gonna try to zero in. But yeah, let's get into it and react to it. You know I'm gonna mute that right there. All that music, I can't post nothing like that because they're gonna demonetize me real quick. Music still playing, some training, some bleeding. Craig Jones, right? Let's see what Volk talking about.
Phuket, we're at Homa, so it's a hotel not too far from Bangtao. Actually a beautiful spot, unreal. Very, very good hotel. It's got a bit of everything here, and pretty close as well, so that's cool. Got in last night, obviously here to do a bit of training camp. Hopefully
I wonder how much those hotels cost per night. I know Thailand's cheaper, or supposed to be cheaper, but you know, a lot of American tourism going over there, so you know it's only going to get more expensive, and that looks like a pretty high-end spot. But hey, if I was training, that would be a nice place to train, or like for pit stop to go over there and train for like a week, maybe a month, and live in a spot like that. But do I got the funds for that? Maybe, but we don't know.
fight announcement soon.
I don't know.
But yeah, we in camp. Been in camp for a while. We've been doing like a camp.
And he's saying he's camp pre-camp. So do you have the Taporia fight or do you not have the Taporia fight? Like he's saying camp. He's in camp, but he's in a pre-camp camp. So are you pre-camping for a fight you possibly can get, or do you have the Taporia fight? I know there's been a couple leaks, but there has been nothing really officially verbally said by like the UFC, Dana White, or anyone that has really stake in it that is the next fight that he'll get a rematch against Taporia.
So now, yeah, we're pretty much in camp. Good bodies here for us already. Or even at Bangtao, you always got good bodies there. But I've got Craig Jones here that's come with us. Joe's with us. Obviously Frank, Brad's here. So we've got a heap of good guys to work with while we're over here. I think Aljo's over here as well, so maybe we'll get some training in. But yeah, so it's going to be a good trip. You know, it's only going to be a short sort of stay. Only not even 2 weeks, but we'll try and make the most of it.
Short stay. He said not even 2 weeks. That's a decent vacation time, though. I mean, he's not on vacation, but that was vacation. That's a decent time. But he's there for work. Let's see what he's working with. More music. Getting the mix going, working on his boxing a little bit, drinking his secret juice. Oh, is Craig Jones? Hopefully I'm saying his name right. I know there's a lot of Brazilian guys. I'm not Brazilian. A lot of BJJ guys, a lot of grapplers. They look kind of similar. They have similar names. I'm pretty sure that's Craig Jones. Pretty sure. All right, let me see. Let me just make sure. So I don't be saying the wrong. Well, he did say Craig Jones, so yeah, I don't be saying the wrong guy's name. I know he is, but that name be kind of similar to me. But yeah, what I was about to say with this, I don't know I know what they get about. I know what they get out of having Craig Jones there, but what does Craig Jones get out of going there? Because is he going to transition to MMA, or does he just be bored and he just wants to try? I don't know. I guess BJJ probably does get boring. Boxing, whatever you're doing, gets boring. That's when you've been doing that for like 10+ years at the highest level. I know it gets boring probably. So it's probably good good to mix it up with some different people. Like, oh, let me grapple with some football players. Let me grapple with this, grapple that, because then you might pick up new things by training with somebody that doesn't do pure BJJ. Like I'm training with some MMA guys. It's like cool to train with them. It's cool crossbreeds. Like I'm never gonna do what they doing. A lot of them ain't gonna do what I'm doing. At least not purely. Like they're gonna stick in MMA. They're not coming over to BJJ. I'm sticking in BJJ. I'm not coming over to MMA. But I like the guys. They're cool. We're close like that. I don't know what is that. What is this? We're like close like that or whatever. He's definitely been in a lot of Adesanya's recent camps, and a little bit of shade, but not intentionally trying to shade is the truth. Like I feel like since Craig Jones came, I feel like Adesanya has not won a single fight since he's been training with Craig Jones. Like Craig Jones, what does Craig Jones really do for him in these fights? Strickland didn't attempt any grappling. I know DDP did attempt grappling, but he got submitted. So it's not like he got stopped from getting submitted by training with Craig Jones. And then you probably put in more time you could put to your striking and get him back to what you used to be. But now you're putting like extra, I don't know, maybe 10% of your camp that could be going back to your striking, or your striking and your striking and wrestling defense. And now you're working on rolling knee bars and arm bars and triangles and arm triangle stuff and rear naked choke stuff that you never going to do when you be focusing on filling up the holes or fixing the holes in your striking game. And I could be saying the same thing about Volkanovski here. You training for Topuria, training with Craig Jones ain't gonna help you for training with Topuria. Like it's not gonna help. Like it's good training, it's good work, it'll make you a better mixed martial artist. But sometimes you gotta train for who are you fighting specifically. Like because training with these guys, and I know this is a pre-camp, so it don't really matter as much. You're in good shape, you're working all your skills. But I'm talking about in the future, like when you really lock into your real camp, when you're training for Topuria, that should not be your biggest focus. Trying to work like, I would say, if in the situation that he is in, like he really wants to win and not just get knocked out, what's most likely gonna happen if they do get that matchup again, is work on your boxing, work on your footwork, work on those areas. Maybe work on. I don't think Topuria's gonna really try to grapple him too much. Like I think Volk, even if he kind of lays his grappling aside for the most part, I think the skills he already has built up in the grappling is going to hold him enough in a grappling exchange with Topuria. I think he'll be able to defend the takedowns well enough, get back to his feet well enough. He got no neck, hard to choke him with a guillotine, hard to rear naked choke him. So he'll be good in a lot of those grappling situations. And his thing is just to be more defensively sound, better footwork, better head movement, extend Topuria, and then you can start to maybe get takedowns on him and demoralize him. But initially, nah, I feel like that should be. I feel like already where his grappling skills that are good enough is about fixing up the holes in his striking. But that's just my take. But you never know. These guys ain't gonna take no advice from no random couch potato. They're gonna stick to the script. Yeah, I'm definitely not listening to no MMA YouTuber with 7K subscribers. And it with Brad Riddle. That's someone good to bring in. I mean, they already training partner, but that's somebody good to bring in. I don't know. I think Brad Riddell retired from MMA, I believe. But so I don't know if he's still training at City Kickboxing anymore. But definitely former training partners are still current training partners. And that's somebody good to train with for a Topuria matchup. Very high skilled, high experience, very experienced fighter and striker. He could work on fine tuning some of those defensive tendencies that Volk has, and maybe point out the defensive weakness that Topuria has. And again, also doubles is a very great training partner in general. Like the IQ he could bring, and experience he brings, plus the fact that he still is in good shape, still a great striker, and could, similar weight class, and you could train with him as well, spar with him. But yeah, this some like I said, as far as like see right here, as far as kind of shark tanking it a bit, yeah, in camp, pre-camp, and shark tanking it. This is the mixing and the grappling is good because it's about staying in shape, staying focused, staying sharp. It's not about the actual really getting into the breakdown, into the cerebral approach of it. Like you're really getting into the full on camp for your opponent. Man, they still got music on. Get some talk. Champ and champ. Arguable greatest bantamweight and arguable greatest featherweight right there. Well, when they had Aljo and Volk, I'm not saying that either are the greatest of their weight class ever, but there are arguments for both to be the greatest of their respective weight class, and definitely both at least top 5. Volk at least top 2 right now, and Aljo at least top 5 greatest bantamweights of all time right now. But yeah, this is good work, right? Again, for staying sharp and just staying in shape and keep your mechanics tuned. This is good. Like bringing in Gordon Ryan for this. Now, I didn't say Gordon Ryan. Craig Jones for this. Craig Jones would be so mad if he heard it and like he saw somebody call him mistaken for Gordon Ryan. He'd be mad as a mug. But again, has that guy ever really been mad? I feel like Gordon Ryan be the one to be mad. I feel like Craig Jones is very happy-go-lucky. Yeah, Craig Jones is happy-go-lucky. Gordon Ryan be roid raging sometimes, a lot of times. But yeah, like again, we thinking specifically about the Taporia. When like we're to speak particularly. Let me go back to this. But yeah, we are particularly talking about Taporia right here. When is Volk ever gonna be in this position against Taporia? Taporia is not this tall. He's not this long. He's not this good at BJJ. And his legs he got little legs. You rarely ever gonna be in this position or any serious threat for this position against Taporia. Maybe fighting Diego Lopes or Brian Ortega again or something. Yeah, that'd be good for that. But matter of fact, I feel like most people that's around him, he never gonna be in that position. Evloev is a wrestler. He's not gonna be in that position. Taporia prefers to box. He's not gonna be in that position too much. He got in his wheelhouse, but I would say it's a big threat for a guy like Volk. Those heavy hands are an issue for Volk. Oh, I think I actually skipped the video. Let me go back. My bad. It's so easy to skip videos on here. They make it so easy. My bad. Let's see what Aljo talking about, though. What you talking about, champ?
Here at home, so might have to come stay here again.
I don't know how many rounds we're doing, but we're sparring. Sparring more for him than I am for like my own personal gain. It's just kind of the way we do things back home. At least me and Dennis, we try to do that. Myself, Marab, Dennis, just trying to give the looks of our opponents to make.
Man, this they want to jump. You can look at the size different. Like even though Aljo's the former bantamweight, he's like the bigger man between those two. Obviously, like with their shirts on and right here, the size difference could be deceptive, but I would think that Aljo is the bigger man, especially now that he's fully committed to featherweight.
Just trying to give the looks of our opponents to make it as practical as possible that we could get that feel, that fight feel. This is actually the first time I'm training with Volk. We've seen each other in passing a bunch of different times at the UFC PI, fight events and things like that. So this has been a cool experience just to kind of work with one of the other greatest guys of all time in the featherweight division. So this is really nice. First time in Bangtao as well. First time in Thailand. And this is pretty high level. I wasn't sure what to expect. You know, I saw pictures and things like that, but being here is a whole different experience. Seeing how big and how massive the facility is, showers, the food cafe, the mat space, even being here in a more of a private place, even though they have a class today. But this is still another separate place from the masses of everybody who are downstairs watching the jiu-jitsu or the Thai boxing classes. So it's just been great overall.
Dennis Bazookia right there. Or am I getting his name wrong? I feel like Aljo got a lot of people at the gym that look like that. I feel like Sadikov and Bazooka look alike. I think there's another guy that's there. Well, I'm pretty sure that's Bazooka. Dennis Bazookia. Oh, here's the sparring, which y'all came to see. Even though y'all probably seen it on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and every other MMA website. But it seemed like that's all they showed. They didn't really show very much. Like they didn't show very much. That's all they did is really literally show that like same little. I mean, yeah. And Aldo said he's here to for at least in his training right here in this sparring session, he's there for Volk, so he's working with Volk, so he's trying to I guess mimic Volk's opponent. But it's like he's just fighting like Aljo. He's not fighting like Taporia at all. I know he's capable of fighting like Taporia. He's not, but I would say you should dare to work with him. But at least in this sparring session. But you're really just giving Aljo. You're not giving no Topuria. You're not giving no Evloev. You're not giving. Not to say that's a bad thing. Like his skills not up to their level. I'm just saying, if you're specifically kind of say in this session you're trying to give him a look that his opponent would give him, he's not giving that look. Is what I'm saying. But I'm pretty sure they did a lot more than that. They probably did like a couple rounds, maybe like 4 rounds, maybe. Probably did some wrestling as well. But Volk's not showing too much. Really, matter of fact, I'm gonna say Volk's not showing anything at all. Not to say it's bad, but he's not showing like anything. Some blood. I don't know if it's his blood or someone else. Like his blood. Oh yeah, somebody cut him. I don't know whether it was Aljo, probably Bazooka. But that's not good. Cut. I'm not saying it's a bad cut. And it is like not even the real camp, it's a pre-camp. Just a little bad, the cut. We don't know if that's going to reopen. Maybe in the full camp. Or wait to the fight of to, you know, open or constantly be open throughout the camp. And then, you know, when the fight actually does happen. Like whether it be a case it happens late in the actual camp and he get that cut reopens and it's bigger, and then he has to you know, pull out of the fight or happens in the fight and it just doesn't help him at all in his actual fight, whether he gets stopped via the cut or something. But yeah.
No, wait, disturb me.
Beef tartare.
They got music everywhere. Let's see. Is there any more interesting stuff about this? Not really. Oh, it's got some more grappling here. Some more Craig Jones grappling. Put himself in mostly bad positions. I definitely think Craig Jones got the tap right there.
Be composed, grappling this.
But from that little bit of words I heard right there, I guess the other thing that he gets from grappling with Craig Jones is, like he said, being composed, you know, going in with a guy who's at the top of his discipline in Craig Jones and put himself in bad positions. But yeah, that's been my reaction for that. Like, not really a whole lot more to gain from that or see out of that video. But yeah, you saw it. But how you think about, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say about that stuff right there. I feel like not a whole lot was shown. But I think what's more interesting is Aljo versus Volk. I'm not so interested in Volk versus Topuria next, except to, you know, bet some good money on Topuria by stoppage in the next one. I'm not gonna say by stoppage. I'm gonna say this is good money on Topuria. I might put the stoppage in there, but I probably bet the good money parlay Topuria with somebody else and some other people, some other stuff. Because you never know. Like people, you start going in all in on one thing, and then a guy decides to take it to the distance, then you lost your money. Versus like, you know, Topuria's gonna win, knockout or decision. You know, Topuria's gonna win. Most likely gonna be not by knockout. But yeah, I'll see about it. But I'm excited about it for the betting side of it. I'm not really excited to see Topuria versus Volk 2. I'm not excited for it. But I would love to see Volk versus Aljo. I would love that fight. They had a little light sparring, respectable sparring, but I would much rather see that fight. We have not got to see a whole lot of like legends fight each other. Like in the past, you have got those fights, but I feel like recently a lot of these legends just go on and never fight each other. Like I feel you got one of the greatest bantamweights of all time versus one of the greatest featherweights of all time, and they're both in a similar phase of their career. They still got enough left in the tank to make it an exciting fight, a respectable showing from both guys. And they're both, I think, still ranked. Well, Volk is definitely ranked. I think Aljo's still ranked at featherweight. But Volk is definitely ranked at featherweight. And you have two of the greatest fighters of all time, one of the greatest featherweights of all time, versus one of the greatest bantamweights of all time. Have the matchup, and I feel like that would have been a great matchup to have. Instead of having Voya fight Aljo, it should have been Volk versus Aljo, and the winner of that should have got the title shot, in my opinion. Because you would have a legend versus legend, like crossroads fight, like, you know, loser goes home almost type of thing. Like, you're both already accomplished what you're going to accomplish. Y'all both kind of in your later 30s, I would say. I'm not going to say like they're late 30s, but they're like 37, 36 range. Yeah. Not really a whole lot left they can do, and not a whole lot they have left to prove. And it'd been a fight that's like, maybe on paper, people are like, oh, that's boring, this, that. But I would much rather see that fight. I think the main reason people probably would say boring because it's Aljo. But Aljo's a great fighter. Volk's a great fighter. And legacy-wise, they're very close to each other respectfully, I guess. At least you need to speak about where they rank among the greatest in their own weight classes. Maybe you might say all-time Aljo might be top 30 and Volk might be top 20 or something. Maybe top 15. But again, still, that's not that far. Especially when considered that's all the divisions and all the eras combined, that they may be like 10, 15 spots away from each other, which isn't a crazy whole lot, to be honest. And whoever wins that fight could definitely solidify that spot. Aljo pulls off the win. Aljo could overjump Volk on the greatest list. And if Volk beats Aljo, he could maybe move up a spot or two by beating Aljo. So it's beneficial for both if they win. And so winnable fight for both guys. But yeah, that's the interesting fight for me. But it probably won't ever happen now. Seems like they're moving in different directions. They're in the same weight class, but moving in different directions. I feel like if Volk, you know, if Volk loses to Topuria again, especially in a brutal fashion, he's probably retiring. Like, what's going to be left for him? He's not going to 55. He's pushing 40. He's not going to 55, most likely. I mean, matter of fact, he's already lost to Islam twice at 50, you know, at 55. Then losing to Topuria twice at 55. I mean, at 45, and getting knocked out brutally both times. If that happens like that, there's nothing left for him. He's not going to 35. He can't go back up to 55. There's nothing left for him at 45. He's not going to stick around till like 40, and Topuria decides to go up to 55. So yeah, all he can do is retire, or then maybe he takes the Aljo fight, and that just be like, no, and then loses all his juice. Like, you got a fighter who doesn't even really want to be here no more, and it's like, I got nothing less I could do. I already lost to this guy twice up at 55, and I lost to that guy twice at 45. Oh, I guess I'll fight Aljo. You know, by that point, like, the fight lost all its value. I mean, it still be a fight I tune in for, but I really won't care for it. But if it happened like right now, but again, it don't seem like it's gonna happen because it's seeming like he's gonna get the Topuria fight next, and 90% chance he's gonna get knocked out. Maybe 99.9% chance he gets knocked out in that fight. But we'll see. And from the pre-camp, obviously it's the pre-camp. You can't look too much into the pre-camp or whatever for what he's doing, but I'm not really saying no adjustments in that. But again, it's just the pre-camp. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for looking at the reaction. If you made it this far, that's amazing. Like, probably like 1 or 2 people will make it this far, but if you made it this far, you're amazing. But that's been a reaction. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more videos, more reactions, and peace out.